Hello, my friends. I'm doing this video and you see that it's not on the regular place that you see my videos. And the reason for it is that the topic that we're going to be covering, let me just show you here, webhooks. And for some people that look to be a challenging topic. So what I want to do is I want to try to do it here in a simple setup. I am in my living room in front of the TV, so you can see that it's not difficult. As soon as you understand what are they and how they connect, you'll be able to connect and send your data from wherever you are to wherever you need it. In this case, we're going to be using two platforms. We're going to be using ClickFunnels to receive the data. So let's say when somebody fill out the form or purchase something, and we're going to send it out to a platform called N8N, but the same thing applies to Zapier, Make, Pabbly, your custom platform if you have some other platform. So let's start with the basic detail. So if we have here on the left, the platform that receives the data, what I want to do is I want to be able to, let me just add a little shape in here. And I would like to, when the data arrive in ClickFunnels, in this case, send it out somewhere. So again, what I receive, I want to be able to send it out. That's what the webhook does. It allows the other system. So let me just edit here and put N8N in here so you can 8N. In this case, I'm gonna put Zapier, Make. So again, they all work exactly the same. What happened on the other side, on the receiving side, they are listening, because they create a specific URL so you can send that data. The way that it goes is that it's over internet traffic and you're sending the data. So you're not getting data, you're posting. Okay. So what happened? When the data arrives on the receiving side, you take an action. So in that case, I will, let's say, send message, or I can do clean data to send to sheets, for example. Okay, that's a very simple example that you can send the data and the data then get processed. Okay, so how do we set this whole thing up? I'm gonna go slow so you can see, and again, you can repeat the steps in any platform. I'm gonna show you the concepts so you can understand those concepts. So first thing is that you don't start in the source section. You're gonna say, wait, I'm supposed to send the data, so shouldn't I start there? And the answer is no. You need to prepare the receiving end first so you can send the data. So let me go here into N8N. I'm gonna create a new workflow. And in all of them, they have a workflow, a SAP, a project, whatever they call it. Let's call it demo webhook PF. And my first step, that is what's gonna trigger this workflow. Again, that's the first one on all of them. It needs to be a webhook. So we need to have a call. In this case, in N8N, it allows us to not only do receiving, but you can also do other cool things. Like you can send a request to this URL and pull data. We're not gonna do that now. So what we have to do, first thing, this HTTP method, we're gonna change it to post. Post means that from ClickFunnels, we're gonna send data, and when N8N receive it, you're gonna say, I accept the data, okay? So by default, it just says, okay, no authentication, respond immediately saying, I received it. Okay, there's one little extra thing that you need to do. Here on the add option, you're gonna put response code. This is the standard response code that in the internet is used when you set the webhook. So you see, all that I did is I added the response hook, and now it's waiting. Okay, so let me just move myself a little bit out of here. Now, in N8N, different to other platforms, it has this concept of a test URL and a production URL. What they do is that they allow you that you can, in the interface, be troubleshooting or using the interface. So you don't have to be receiving and waiting for it. You can just execute it and get it. So what we're gonna do is that we're going to use that test URL so we can send a request from ClickFunnels. So first thing, all that I had to do is that I copy this URL. See, you see, I click in there and it copied the URL. Okay, now I'm gonna go into ClickFunnels and I'm gonna go to workspace settings, and let me move this tools out. If you don't see it in yours, just scroll up. See, I'm on my laptop, it's a little bit smaller screen. So just scroll up on the side, and that happens on any tool. And you're gonna click webhooks. And I have a ton of them, so again, I'm just gonna go. You're gonna go add endpoint, and you're gonna put a name. Demo webhook video. Then this URL, you're gonna paste the URL that you got from your N8N instance. If it's Zapier, paste your Zapier instance. If it's Make, whatever it is. Then there's something really important, that is, you want to receive information only from the events that you want. You don't want to put every event to the same webhook unless that there's a specific sequence or a specific logic behind it. Example, if we want to capture our leads and be able to send it to a Google Sheet, we're gonna pick the event type form submission. If we're getting that we want to send our purchases, we have the order completed. So those two are the most important events that you will ever use. So in this example, form submission. And then ClickFunnels let you, in this side, set up the funnel that it's gonna execute and the pages where this will capture this information. This will come very handy, and I'm gonna show you why. So for now, let's just create the endpoint, and you can modify this endpoint at any given point in time. So I'm gonna create an endpoint, and what this will do is that it will put it at the ends. You see, put it here, and if you click on it, you will see basic information, but something really important that's gonna start appearing at the bottom is this deliveries. Deliveries means that I was able to send information to the endpoint and what happened. If we get a 200 okay, it was successful. If it was not, then we had a problem and we need to troubleshoot. So let me get you a funnel so we can test this whole process. Okay, you can see now that I imported a basic funnel, and here it will capture the email, and I will like that when that email is captured, it's sent through the webhook. There's two ways to do this, and it depends on what you're doing. So let me show you the first one. If we go back to the funnel, you see that on the new funnel builder, we have the option that when we actually go here into the workflow, I can, let me move myself. I'm in this squeeze page. So I can attach a new workflow, and I can create that workflow. video. And I have the event type, and in this case, I'm capturing what is happening. So it's an opt-in. I'm gonna create the workflow. And what's gonna happen that it already created a trigger when the opt-in happened. I normally remove anonymous contact. I don't want anonymous contact in my workflows. So yes, unlock, and now save. And there is a step in here that if I look for it, it says pass information to webhook. And I can from here or add a webhook URL or select one that is already configured. If I go all the way to the bottom, you're gonna see the demo webhook URL that I created, and I can click create. And now every time that somebody comes into this workspace, it's actually going to execute. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna come into this webhook. I need to go into settings and make sure that its status is enabled. So you see, now it's enabled. And now I am ready to test my connection. So what do I need to do? I come into N8N and I click this listen for test events. Now this is gonna be listening. I can go to my web page. And voila, let me move this so you can see the data a little bit better. So when I get the first endpoint, the first collection of the data, it's appear in here. If you haven't used N8N, let me move myself up so you can see me a little better. They have this little pen on the top right. If you're gonna be doing a lot of work, so you don't have to be testing all the time, you can ping the data. So that means that you don't need to keep running webhooks as you develop your workflow. That's a conversation for another day. But I want you to see the whole data. So is the top part of the webhook is from the server, and then from this body down is what ClickFunnels or the other platform is sending to you. So from here, he's gonna give me all the details. So you see, you get the name of the page, the funnel. You see what happened. You're gonna get some details, but that's all that you're getting. If you would like to get more information, you need to switch it to a form submission webhook. From the end, it's the exact same thing, but we need to, in the ClickFunnels side, we need to switch this so in that way we can, instead of using the webhook deployed, it's actually gonna be the form submission webhook for that specific funnel. Because now what I could do, let's say that I would like to capture, where's the email? So you see that in here, I got an email address. Let's say that I would like to take that and use it in the next step. I can now add what is called a set field. Let me just move myself out. That is the idea that I can create now details of the information that I received. So if I got the email, all that I had to do is drop the email. And now that email, when this whole process works, it receives the webhook, it extracts the email or the information that I passed, and now I can take a decision what to do with it. So I can now execute this step. You see that it created the email. So now all that is passing forward it's just the email. So I can just keep that and don't have to worry about anything else. And I can pass that information to the next step. Again, if it's a purchase, it's very similar, just that instead of the webhook, the trigger, instead of being opt-in, what you're gonna do is that you're gonna change it for, I don't have no purchase in here. Oh, here, order successful purchase. So I can do order successful purchase. Then I can select a funnel if I want to do it in the funnel, or if I want to do it globally for any purchase from that, I can select that. And then I can select the page, or I can select the product that you want to use. So there you have it, friends, how you create a webhook and send it to an end. Hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know.